James 1:5. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. Good day, everyone. I'm off to the library to do things with books. Exciting, right? Yeah. Alright. Alright, I just got done. It's 3:15. Been here since 9, so that's 6 hours and 15 minutes. Non-stop. I did the same thing I always do. Put the holds list on the books. There's a lot less. So then I quickly got to a 20-page list of books to get off the shelves and bring to the back. That took me about almost 3 hours to do. And then I had to check on about, I think, 22 DVDs that they had there, and make sure it was what was in the box and that there weren't any trouble with any of them, and that they don't work fine, which 2 of them didn't work fine. So, and then they had me get all the books that they were going to throw away, mark out where it says Seminole County Library, put them in bags, and take them out to the dumpster. All that in 6 hours and 15 minutes. And I heard the lady say that what I do, me and this other guy that comes in a little bit later on Saturday, he's like, those 2 guys are great. They do much better than other people. That's what I heard her saying. And then I told her straight up, I'm like, I'm trying to get a job. And she's like, well, that's good, because we could use someone like you. And then she said that a bunch of people were going to be retiring soon, and so there could be a bunch of openings coming up. So the one I've been waiting for about a month on, she says she's pretty sure that's already been filled, but hopefully there are more on the horizon. At any rate, I'm gonna keep doing this as long as I can, because it gives me something to do, and it's something I'm good at, so something I can take up time of my abundance of free time. Yeah, so I'm going home now. It's 3:15. My mom had lunch about 2 hours ago. She forgot that I was at the library, and so they've been keeping it for me, so I gotta get home and get that food if it's any good anymore, all cold. So yeah, and pink party later. Excited. Alright guys, I'm off to pink party. Haha. I gotta stop by the store and grab something real quick, which I don't think I quite left enough time for. I thought I was, but snuck away off. That time stuck away on me, so gotta go. Alright guys, I had a blast. The pink party turned into the pink Mafia party. I mean, there were people that stayed inside and talked, but I was playing every game of Mafia that I could. So we played a total of 3 games. I left right at midnight. I think they were about to play another game, which I wanted to do, but I needed to be realistic, and I gotta get home because I got church in the morning. Anywho, first game I was townsperson. Second game I was Mafia. I was actually the Godfather. And I was working hand in hand with this one guy that I usually do when we're in Mafia. We're just like talking to each other back and forth about what we think is going on and stuff. And so the first game, he's Mafia, I'm Town. I'm sharing everything. He's playing along, and he's got me completely fooled until he takes me out. So I'm out. I find out he's Mafia, and that's it. Actually, no. They took me out to end the game. I was the last townsperson standing that died. I was the last townsperson to die before the Mafia had the numbers to win, I should say. So the game ended immediately after I was killed. Game 2, I was the Godfather of all people, which is a position where you're Mafia, but you appear innocent if the cops check you out. Um, so I'm Mafia, the Godfather, and we go through. Eventually, all the other Mafia get picked off, and so I'm the only one left. I'm left against a very inexperienced player who happens to be the last cop. Because I'm the Godfather, the cop doesn't really matter. And I'm left against a brand new player who's very vocal, and our host, the seasoned one, who is basically controlling the way the game is flowing. And we had a host, a narrator, who was not really on the ball with things. And so we lost one of our Mafia because of things that this person said when he was supposed to be silenced, and he wasn't silenced. He was silenced, but he wasn't told he was silenced by the narrator. They let it go. And so he spearheaded and got everyone to vote for our silencer, the very person who silenced him, but he wasn't told he was silenced, so he couldn't know he was silenced. And this was right after we lost our second member of the Mafia. So one went down, then the second one went down, the third one went down immediately after, and suddenly, for Mafia, I was by myself. But they couldn't find me because of the Godfather, so I made it all the way down to the final 4. I needed to get down to 2 before I could win. Or 3. Yeah, it's depending on the time, day, or night in the cycle. If you get it down to 3 people when you're about to go to sleep, you can win. The Mafia then wins the game. So Mafia can win when there's 3 people left. If it's the end of the day cycle and they've just eliminated one of their townspeople to leave it 2 town, 1 Mafia, which I almost was able to pull off. I threw out everything I could, but as far as theories and stuff, why they should go after the other person and not me. But the whole time we hadn't heard any word of him being cleared or myself being cleared. Things the other guy said made it so it was clearly not him, and the other cop had revealed themselves, so we knew that was that she was a cop. But the cops lost their potency once the Godfather is the only Mafia left, because they can't figure out who it is. It's just swinging blind. So I left. So I killed 1 cop just randomly, because there were 2 cops. So and I did my best to throw suspicion off myself by not getting rid of the people who were suspicious of me. Didn't work. They went for me. Revealed I was the Godfather. Game ended again right at me. Only this time I caused the Mafia to lose. I got the town to lose, then the Mafia to lose, with me both times. Third game, a long game. 27 people we had signed up to that. That's our second longest game that I've ever been a part of. Second biggest game I've ever been a part of. I was the framer, a member of the Mafia. And I was the first member of the Mafia eliminated. Yay, so I got to sit there and watch and hope that the Mafia, which consisted of a whole bunch of fairly new players that only played that day or the previous time we did a Mafia party. Granted, 2 of the Mafia were people I was Mafia with before, and they did a great job keeping everything in place and everything. The Yakuza struck perfectly, exactly as I would have tried to make it happen. Exactly when I would have tried to make it happen if I was still alive. But what happened was, me and my guy, the one that I bounced ideas off of, he was mad at me for being Mafia the previous round. So he didn't want to talk and chit-chat with me anymore. So he sat all the way across from me, and he wound up getting the Batman card. So he could kill whoever he wanted to. And so he decided he was going to get revenge for a previous game and kill me. On the round that the Mafia decided they were going to kill him because he told everyone he was Batman. And so it was a boom boom, and we were both gone on the same round. But the amazing thing was somehow we lost another member of the Mafia, our regular Mafia. There were 2 regular Mafia and then the 4 roles. 6 Mafia total. So we lost myself, then we lost someone else a few rounds later. Leaving 4 left, the Yakuza struck at the perfect time and turned the last remaining cop Mafia. We had a gunsmith, so people had guns that they could use whenever they wanted to. And we've already gone through a cycle where everyone used their gun. And so there were no guns left. We're just like, use it, use it, use it. And so it's like, boom, they kill a townsperson. Townsperson kill a townsperson. Boom, cop kill a townsperson. Boom, gunsmith kill a townsperson. Boom, after much insistence that our member of the Mafia, our silencer, who had a gun, used the gun. At another point, our other member of the Mafia had a gun as well, but he used it at a good time as well. And so the guns were just used in a weird way, but in a good way. And then the cop was silenced, given a gun, and turned Mafia all in the same round. And unfortunately decided that he was going to use the gun on that round when he didn't yet know who the Mafia was, because he had just become Mafia and wasn't given that next night to find out who. And I'm probably losing most of you here, but I'm excited about it, so I'm going to talk about it. Sorry. And so he, the new Mafia, used his gun to kill one of the Mafia. And we had just attained equilibrium. There were 5 town and 4 Mafia, and then they got rid of one of the town because our Mafia member had a gun, used it, got a townsperson. What happened was another Mafia member came out, basically said he was Mafia in order to convince the 2 gun-wielding Mafia to use them. One of them used them, the other was reluctant to, but then finally did use it, but he used it to kill a Mafia. Which is funny because the one he killed had done that himself twice in a previous game that we played at the last party. Anyway, this is getting way too long. So he killed the Mafia, and suddenly we're down to 3 Mafia. And they figured out that because he told the Mafia to use the gun, that he was Mafia, the other Mafia member, the other regular Mafia member. The one that opened his mouth and said, use the gun. So they got him out next, and now we're down to 2 Mafia and 3 regular players. And a move that was somehow worked. I don't know how it worked, because he basically just said that the 2 people with the guns are Mafia, and they didn't even consider that the cop may have been turned Mafia, because that's the right move to make. And so they believed the cop, got rid of townsperson, 2 townspeople, 2 Mafia. Game over. Go to bed. Kill 1 person. Or so we thought. It wasn't actually game over. Because when they found out that the person the cops said that they should kill, and they did, was a townsperson, they're suddenly, nope. And so one other townsperson had a gun, and she immediately killed the cop. Former cop, now Mafia. Leaving 1 very inexperienced Mafia member left, and 2 townspeople, and no more guns. Which of course means they just eliminated somebody and then immediately killed the person. It's time to go to bed. They go to bed. Mafia kills 1 person, 1-on-1. There's no way for town to win. Mafia wins. And I'm on the winning side in the 3rd game, the game I'm eliminated in the earliest. And I was like sitting on my hands and falling out of my chair and really just excited and like hoping they'd make the right calls and things, because they were all brand new Mafia either today or the last time they played. And I was like, wanted to make it work. And it did work. It turned out it was fine. But it was amazing to watch all that go down. So, I should have put a disclaimer at the beginning that I was just going to be talking about Mafia this whole time, because that's all I did. It is now after 1 a.m. Like I said, I left at 12. So I gotta get this thing processing and get in bed, because I'm tired. I feel it. Because I got up early to do my library, and because I was using my brain like crazy to do the Mafia. So tomorrow's church, and then tomorrow afternoon and evening I have a Memorial Day party. I had another friend from the drives. I'll see a lot of the people again. Probably play more Mafia. Probably talk about it. But that is another day. Well, technically it's the same day because it's 1 a.m. But I'm going to say goodnight, everyone, for myself, my pink shirt, and my 3 pals who aren't wearing pink. Well, this guy's wearing purple, fairly close. Good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.